Hey everybody, this is Spasmodic, and welcome to the third episode of Doom 2016 Without Jumping. Today, we're taking a look at the Foundry. So like I said in the previous episode, the Foundry is a really interesting level for two reasons. First off, it's largely quite simple. With so many different rooms to visit, it certainly struck me as being tricky to tackle in the beginning, but there really isn't much to it. However, the second reason this level is interesting is because it is very satisfying to speedrun. There's a lot of little things to take advantage of in this mission, which makes it a lot of fun to route. So in addition to showing you the simple route to this mission, I'll also go over some of the tricks I found for a speedrun if there's any interested parties out there. Currently, I'm not 100% enticed by the idea, but maybe. I'll leave that at that and get this started. The first obstacle is right outside the first door, and it's crossing this small gap. It's very simple, just a quick walk off and ledge grab, but upon entering the next room, you can see why the first time I looked at it, I gave up hope on this project almost immediately. At first glance, this gap looks insurmountable. Even with a good understanding of ledge grabbing, it's intense. The platform is higher than the one you start on, which is not a good look for no jumping in this game. Thankfully, there's a relatively painless way around it. You can do a small Gauss boost around this wall to either land directly on the platform or grab the ledge. Then it's a single missile and Gauss boost to reach the next platform, followed by one last Gauss boost up to the next platform where you can finally walk across the gap and collect the dead man's arm. After that, you take out the imp across the way, and all it takes is a single Gauss boost to cross the gap. But before we leave this room, there's something I would like to show you. Yep, turns out you can make the jump. This was actually how I made it through this room the first time, and I honestly believed it was the only option. I came up with the simpler route much later after I had, wait for it, finally come to understand just how insane ledge grab. Anyway, as it turns out, you get a decent boost from the missiles the longer you wait for them to go off. Couple that with a well-timed Gauss boost, and you gain some pretty respectable height. It's a lot like how in Halo, the longer you wait for a grenade to go off, the higher you jump. Fun fact. So for any aspiring no-jump speedrunners of Doom, I recommend using this trick to clear this room. Now after this room, it gets pretty simple for a good long while. You can just walk up and grab the yellow key, then you can walk up to the blue key and navigate the platforms below with ease. The Gore Nest fight after using the blue key is where it gets interesting again though, because like at a couple points in the UAC and Res Ops, map knowledge steps up with a clever assist once again. After the fight is over, you walk out this door and proceed over to this lift. When you're here, you carefully fall down onto this ledge. I say carefully because it's really easy to grab this ledge by accident, but if you avoid that, you just follow this path, and you're at the final Gore Nest. Getting to the Gore Nest itself is simple enough. You walk over to this platform, fall off, look up, and you're there. From the nest platform, it's a simple walk back over this gap. Then, after the area is clear, you just have to walk across this gap. Be careful with this one though, it's possible to hit the edge and fall into the lava for reasons I don't understand. But if you avoid that calamity, you just follow the walkway, take the lift, and you'll find yourself heading to the turbine room, no problem at all. The turbine room is very simple to navigate as well. You can easily find the staircase that takes you to the end of the level, it's just a matter of clearing the area. There's no more obstacles left. But now that you've seen one way through this level, which is the way I would recommend you follow, let's take a peek at how this level might be played through quickly. Of course, there's the jump across the gap I mentioned earlier. Then, there's a quicker path to reach the yellow key. After that comes the blue key and hopping over this railing to reach the door below a bit faster. Next comes my favorite trick on this level, which is this tiny little ramp here that you can walk up and use to fall down onto the Gore Nest, saving a trip down the stairs. But before I geek out a bit too hard about a tiny ramp, let's move on to the rest of the route. So instead of going out this door and performing the fall down the lift, you go through this door and head back towards the yellow key. When you're here, you'll notice that the Gore Nest is just below you. All that's needed is a few missiles and a Gauss boost over the railing, and you can land right next to the nest. After the fight is another cool trick. You fall off this ledge, except this time you fall onto the railing below, boost onto this platform, and from here, you can boost up and reach the lift a few seconds faster. And that's all there is to it. There's likely a much faster way through this level, but I'll leave that up to someone far more experienced than me in the Doom speedrunning arena. For now, those are my humble contributions to a possible eventual project. That's also all I have to say about the Foundry. We're off to the Argent facility next, which is yet another satisfying level to conquer. I'm beginning to think this entire project is just enjoyable overall. I hope you're enjoying it as well. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Spaz out.